let's get right into it. Number 10. The Sideways Box Grater. You know, that cheese grater that's been sitting in your drawer, probably plotting revenge for all the times you've scraped your knuckles on it. Well, it turns out you've been using it all wrong. Most people use it standing up, like some kind of cheese tower that sprays shreds everywhere except where you want them. Half your cheese ends up on the counter, the floor, or somehow in another room entirely. It's inefficient and messy. Here's the game-changing secret. Lay that bad boy on its side. It feels wrong, like eating pizza with a fork or putting milk in before cereal, but trust me on this. When it's on its side, gravity becomes your friend instead of your enemy. The cheese falls straight down onto your cutting board or plate instead of playing hide-and-seek under your fridge. No more cleanup crew required after making tacos. Plus, you get way more leverage this way. Instead of awkwardly pushing down while trying to keep the grater from wobbling, you can use your body weight to slide the cheese across. No more white-knuckling the handle like you're hanging off a cliff. This method is more stable, faster, and gives you more control. And what about that sad little nub of cheese you always end up throwing away because you're afraid of grating your fingers into the mix? With the Sideways method, you can grate that sucker right down to the end. Just use the palm of your hand to push it across, keeping your fingers safely away from the danger zone. You get more cheese for your money and keep all your fingerprints. It's a simple change that makes a world of difference. You'll get more grated cheese in less time, and your kitchen floor won't look like a mouse party aftermath for once. Number 9. The bell pepper unroll. You know how everyone cuts bell peppers? They slice them in half and then spend what feels like 10 minutes fighting with those annoying white membranes and seeds. It's like trying to perform surgery on a vegetable while seeds fly everywhere, sticking to your hands, your knife, and your cutting board. But we've all been doing it wrong. There's a much cleaner, faster way that professional chefs use. First, slice off the top and bottom of the pepper. Now you've got what looks like a pepper tube. Stand it up on your cutting board. Next, make one vertical cut down the side of this pepper tube, from top to bottom. Now, you can unroll the whole thing like you're opening a scroll. You're left with one long, flat piece of pepper that you can clean in seconds. Those white membranes and seeds that usually make your life miserable, they're all still attached to the core you cut out, or they just fall right off the flat sheet. No more pepper surgery. No more seeds launching across your kitchen like tiny vegetable missiles. The best part is you've now got this perfect flat sheet of pepper. It's a game changer for prep work. You can cut it into perfectly uniform strips for stir-fries or dice it with incredible ease, all without dealing with awkward curved surfaces. Think about how much time you've wasted in your life fighting with bell peppers. This unroll method is one of those simple secrets that once you learn it, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Number 8. Reheating pizza on the stove. Think about that sad, cold slice of pizza sitting in your fridge right now. Your first instinct is probably to stumble to the microwave, nuke it for 30 seconds, and end up with something that has the texture of a wet newspaper on a hot rock. The cheese turns into rubber, the crust gets weirdly chewy in some spots and hard in others, and you're left wondering why you didn't just eat it cold. Forget the microwave. Forget the oven. The real secret to reviving leftover pizza is a pan on your stovetop. Put your slice in a non-stick pan on medium-low heat. Let it heat up for a minute or two until the bottom starts getting crispy. Now for the magic part, add a few drops of water to the pan, not on the pizza, and immediately cover it with a lid. What you're doing is creating a two-part cooking process. The direct heat on the bottom is re-crisping the crust, while the water creates a cloud of steam that gets trapped under the lid. This steam gently reheats the toppings and melts the cheese perfectly without making anything soggy. It's a steam facial on top and a sauna treatment on the bottom. Wait about 2 or 3 minutes and your pizza is reborn. The crust is crispy again, the cheese is perfectly gooey, and the toppings are hot and juicy. Honestly, it's often better than when it was first delivered. This method brings back the texture and flavor that microwaves destroy. Your pizza will thank you. Number 7. The self-cleaning blender. You just made a healthy smoothie, and you're feeling great. Then you look at your blender, and it's your arch nemesis. Those dried-up bits of kale and frozen berry chunks are clinging to the sides like they've signed a lifetime lease. So you grab your sponge and start the awkward and slightly dangerous process of scrubbing around those sharp blades, trying to uncover ancient hieroglyphics made of protein powder. But the lazy way is actually the right way here. Once you've poured out your smoothie, don't even bother rinsing. Just add a drop of dish soap and some warm water to the blender. Fill it about halfway. Any more, and you'll have a soap volcano situation on your hands when you turn it on. Now put the lid back on and let your blender do what it does best. Blend. Turn that bad boy on for about 30 seconds, and watch the magic happen. The soap and water mixture creates a vortex of cleaning power that reaches all those annoying spots your sponge can't. That weird space under the blades where strawberry seeds go to die? This method gets in there and blasts it clean. When it's done, just dump out the soapy water and give it a quick rinse. It'll be cleaner than your search history after your mom asks to use your computer. If you've got something really stubborn in there, like dried protein shake that has basically turned to cement, add a few ice cubes to the soap and water. The ice acts like thousands of tiny scrubbing brushes, scraping everything clean. Your blender cleans itself while you enjoy your smoothie. Number 6. Opening clamshell packaging from the bottom. There is no greater test of human patience than clamshell packaging. You know, those evil, clear plastic fortresses that protect everything from headphones to scissors and seem to be responsible for thousands of frustrated trips to the first aid kit every year. Everyone attacks them from the top or sides where they seem designed to open. You wrestle with it, try to pry it apart, and eventually resort to using scissors, a knife, or your teeth, risking life and limb. Here's the secret. Manufacturers know that's where thieves try to open packages in stores, so they reinforce the top and main seams like it's Fort Knox. But there's a weak spot. Flip that package over. The bottom edge has way less reinforcement. Stores display these packages top up, so companies put all their anti-theft energy into the parts a shoplifter can easily access. The bottom barely gets a second thought. You don't need a chainsaw. Just grab a regular pair of scissors or a can opener. Cut along the bottom seam about half an inch from the edge. It will slice through like butter. The plastic is thinner and the seal is weaker there. I tested this on one of those impossible-to-open memory card packages. From the top, it was a multi-minute struggle of twisting and stabbing. From the bottom, it took less than 10 seconds with regular kitchen scissors. You create a little hinge or opening at the bottom and can just slide the product out. No rage, no injuries, just victory. Number 5. Storing peanut butter upside down. You open a new jar of natural peanut butter, and what do you see? A gross pool of oil sitting on top, looking like a tiny environmental disaster in your pantry. And then the struggle begins. You try to mix it, and the stiff, dry peanut butter at the bottom refuses to cooperate. You inevitably slosh oil over the side of the jar, making a mess everywhere. You're left with a jar that's somehow both too dry at the bottom and too oily at the top, and you question your life choices. There's a simple solution. You've been storing your peanut butter wrong this whole time. As soon as you bring it home from the store, turn that jar upside down. Let gravity do the work for you. When you store the jar upside down, the oil that naturally separates and floats to the top now has to travel through all the solid peanut butter to get there. During that slow journey, it naturally and effortlessly mixes itself back into the solids. It's like forcing that one lazy coworker to actually do their job for once. When you're ready to eat it, just flip the jar right side up and open it. You'll find perfectly mixed, smooth peanut butter from top to bottom. No stirring, no mess, no dislocated shoulder from trying to churn what feels like cement. One crucial tip: make sure that lid is tightened really, really well before you flip it. Otherwise, you might come back to find your cabinet looking like a very delicious, very oily crime scene. Number 4. Stripped screw salvation. You're in the middle of a DIY project, trying to remove a screw, and it happens. The screwdriver slips. You try again, and it slips again. Soon the screw head is more stripped than a car at a chop shop, and your simple task has turned into a major headache. Everyone's first instinct is to push harder and channel their inner Hulk, or grab a bigger screwdriver. But that's like trying to eat soup with a bigger fork. It just makes things worse, grinding away what little grip is left. Before you resort to drilling it out, grab a rubber band. A wide, thick one works best, but almost any will do. Place the rubber band flat over the stripped screw head. Now, press your screwdriver firmly into the screw, through the rubber band. Turn the screwdriver slowly, but with firm, consistent pressure. The rubber fills in all those sad, worn-out grooves in the screw head. It's like giving your screwdriver emergency traction tires. The rubber creates an incredible amount of friction, allowing the screwdriver to grip the damaged metal and turn it. This trick works so well it's almost criminal that hardware stores don't have a sign about it. It's a 2-cent rubber band doing the job of a $20 screw extractor kit. This works for Phillips, flathead, and even some of those weird star-shaped screws. It's a simple, brilliant fix for one of the most frustrating problems you can run into. Number 3. Stabbing Capri Suns from the bottom. If you grew up in the 90s or 2000s, you know the Capri Sun struggle. Every pouch has that little silver spot on top where you're supposed to stab your straw, but that spot is actually the worst place to put it. You either push too hard and the straw goes straight through both sides, creating a juice fountain all over you, or the straw, in its eternal battle against that reinforced foil, bends into a useless plastic pretzel. It feels like they designed it as a challenge, a tiny juice pouch boss battle you were destined to lose. But there's a secret way that Big Juice doesn't want you to know about. Turn that pouch upside down and stab it from the bottom. The bottom of the pouch is thinner and softer. The foil has less reinforcement. The straw glides in like it's sliding into home base. It's smooth, clean, and satisfying every single time. No more juice explosions. No more bent straws. No more looking like you lost a fight with a tiny foil bag. Plus, the pouch actually works better this way. When you drink from the bottom, all the juice naturally flows down to your straw. It's like gravity is finally on your side. No more awkward squeezing and tilting to get those last frustrating drops out. You've been fighting physics your whole life, and the solution was right there in your hands, just upside down. Number 2, eating cupcakes like a sandwich. You get a beautiful cupcake, you take that first big bite, and suddenly you've got a nose full of frosting like a clown at a birthday party, or you try to attack it with a fork, turning your perfect dessert into something that looks like it went through a paper shredder. There's a better way. The fundamental design of a cupcake is flawed. All the good stuff is on top, leading to an imbalanced ratio of cake to frosting in every bite. Here's how you fix it. Take your cupcake and gently twist or slice off the bottom half of the cake, the part without frosting. Now flip that bottom piece over and place it right on top of the frosting. You've just transformed your unwieldy dessert into a perfect cupcake sandwich with the frosting safely contained in the middle. No more frosting on your nose. No more sticky fingers. No more mess. You get the perfect, ideal ratio of cake to frosting in every single bite, from the first to the last. No more having to choose between a mouthful of pure sugar or a bite of dry cake. This method is so effective and logical that some fancy bakeries are actually starting to serve their cupcakes deconstructed so you can assemble them this way. It's a testament to the fact that we've been eating cupcakes wrong for so long that even the professionals are admitting it. It's cupcake engineering, and you've just been promoted to chief architect. Number 1, eating burgers upside down. This might be the biggest one of all. It's something millions of us do every single week, and we've been doing it wrong our whole lives. You've been eating burgers wrong. Take a look at any burger bun. The top half, the crown, is always thicker, fluffier, and more robust than the bottom half, the heel. Fast food chains and restaurants do this on purpose. The big, fluffy crown makes the burger look bigger and more appetizing. But this creates a major structural problem. All those delicious meat juices, the sauces, the grease, they all soak straight into that thin, wimpy bottom bun. That's why your burger always falls apart halfway through eating it. The bottom bun gets soggy, turns to mush, and collapses under the pressure. Your toppings slide out, and you're left with a delicious, deconstructed mess on your plate. Or, even worse, your lap. The solution is shockingly simple. Flip that burger upside down. Eat it with the thick, sturdy top bun on the bottom. Now that fluffy, absorbent crown is on the bottom, ready to soak up all those juices without disintegrating. The thinner bottom bun is now on top, where it doesn't have to do any heavy lifting. Your burger stays intact longer. You get more of those tasty meat juices and sauces in every bite instead of watching them drip away. It holds together from the first bite to the last. It seems wrong, but it works so much better. Some high-end burger connoisseurs and chefs swear by this method, proving that sometimes the best way to do something is the complete opposite of how everyone else does it. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.